Ever been in a situation where you wished you just kept quiet? Well, you're not alone. It's a common challenge figuring out when to stay silent. You see, knowing when to zip it not only saves you from foot-in-mouth moments, but also enhances your relationships and professional standing. Think of it as a superpower, the power of silence. All right, enough chit-chat. You didn't come here to hear me ramble on. So buckle up as we delve into 11 situations where it's better to stay silent. First up, when you're angry. We've all been there, right? The blood boils, the heartbeat quickens, and words just tumble out. But here's the reason. Anger can cloud our judgment, transforming us into regret-filled, word-vomiting volcanoes. We say things we don't mean, hurt people we care about, and often end up with a serving of foot in mouth. So, when you're seeing red, take a breath, count to 10, and remember, in such heated moments, it's often best to hold your tongue. Next, when you don't have all the facts, it's like trying to assemble a jigsaw puzzle with half the pieces missing. You're bound to mess up. Plus, it's dangerous. Speaking out of ignorance can spread misinformation faster than a wildfire. It's like playing a game of telephone, but with real-life consequences. Misinformation can damage reputations, spread fear, and even harm relationships. So unless you're certain, it's best to keep quiet. Remember, it's better to be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Thirdly, when it's none of your business. In the grand play of life, we all have our roles, and sometimes we may find ourselves in scenes where the spotlight isn't on us. In these moments, it's essential to respect boundaries, to refrain from unnecessary interjections. Just as you wouldn't want someone meddling in your affairs, it's vital to extend the same courtesy to others. After all, the world is a stage, but not every line is ours to deliver. Remember, not every situation requires your input. Fourthly, when you're not being asked for your opinion. You see, sometimes people just need a listening ear. They're not looking for advice or solutions. They simply need someone to understand their perspective. Throwing your 2 pence in when it's not invited can actually create more tension or confusion. It's like being given a map when you're not lost, just exploring. So unless asked, it's best to stay silent. Next up, when the timing is wrong. Ever tried to crack a joke at a somber event, or launched into a serious talk during a party? Timing is everything. Misjudged moments can lead to awkward situations, or even worse, escalate conflicts. You see, the right words at the wrong time can feel like an unwelcome rain shower on a sunny day. So when you're unsure, hold your horses. After all, patience is a virtue. When in doubt, it's better to wait for a more opportune time. Seventh, when you're trying to impress. It's a common scenario, we've all been there. But remember, trying too hard to impress can often backfire. You might come across as insincere or arrogant, even if that's far from your intention. Authenticity shines brighter than any rehearsed lines or exaggerated stories. It's about being genuine, and sometimes that means knowing when to hold back, when to let silence speak. Because in the end, as they say, sometimes less is more. Eighth, when you're not sure of your motives. Picture this. You're at the brink of saying something, but you pause. You ask yourself, why do I want to say this? Self-awareness is key here. It's about understanding your intentions. Are you speaking to contribute, to show off, to manipulate? Sometimes our motives aren't as noble as we'd like. It's these moments where silence becomes our ally. If your motives aren't pure, it's better to stay silent. Ninth, when it's better expressed in writing. Ever had those moments where you're brimming with thoughts but words just seem to fail you? That's when your pen becomes your best friend. Writing gives you the time to think, to revise, to perfect. It allows you to express your feelings without the pressure of instant reaction or the stumbling block of a lost train of thought. Sometimes your most powerful messages are the ones you've written down. If words fail you, try writing them down. 10th, when you're tired. Have you ever noticed how your words can get jumbled when you're fatigued? That's because tiredness can cloud your judgment and affect your ability to communicate effectively. It's like trying to navigate through a foggy landscape. You're bound to stumble. Misunderstandings can easily arise from such situations, making matters worse. So, if you find your eyelids drooping and your thoughts drifting, it might be a good idea to catch some Z's before you catch some flack. When you're tired, it's often best to rest before speaking. Lastly, when it will hurt someone unnecessarily. We often underestimate the power of our words and the impact they can leave on others. It's crucial to remember that a spoken word, once out, is like an arrow shot from a bow. No power in the world can bring it back. So before voicing out your thoughts, consider if it could cause unnecessary harm or pain to someone. Words should build bridges, not walls. If it's hurtful and unnecessary, it's better to stay silent. So there you have it, 11 situations where it's better to stay silent. From controlling anger to respecting boundaries, acknowledging timing, and understanding motives. Even knowing when your words might be better off written, or when your fatigue might color your judgment. And, crucially, recognizing when your words may inflict unwarranted hurt. It's vital to understand when silence can be your most powerful response. Remember, silence can be golden. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay savvy.